Hello YouTube, this is Miss Drew and I am here with another video. If you do not know me, I am a psychic, I'm a medium, I'm a shaman teacher, I'm a life coach, I'm a ritual worker, I'm a little bit of everything. I always say I am connected to the universe. So I am universal. My main gifts are mediumships and rituals. So today I'm going to talk about being an empath. This is called the pieces of me as an empath. And the reason why this topic is so important to me, I've been planning this video for at least 2 weeks now. Because if you're an empath, you understand where I'm going to go with this video. I've been in this business for over 15 years, but I have been an empath my whole life. And being an empath is not easy. That means you feel everybody's emotions, you take on everybody's energy, and it is very hard for you to shake it. One of the things that you might not have realized as being an empath is it's shaped you to be who you are, and it's not always good, okay? As an empath, we can take on a little bit of personality disorder, meaning you can grow up around your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, and you can take on their traits. You can take on the way someone wears their hair, the way they talk, the way they move. You can take on someone's negativity, and you can take that with you in your path to the point it becomes pieces of you. So my empaths, we are made up of little pieces, little molecules of other people's energy. And it's very hard for us to learn how to remove those little molecules and really hone in on who we are as an individual. A lot of empaths suffer. I have found it very hard as an empath of learning myself, right? So if you don't know me in that way, when I do readings, I write. I'm an automatic writer. As soon as I hit these bells, and I'm going to do a little demonstration. So I do my little thing before the reading. Take my deep breaths. Soon as I hit those bells over my head, which all my clients hear that's like an instant, okay, I'm tapped in, right? And Miss Drew becomes the client. Miss Drew feels all of these rush of emotions. Miss Drew feels anxiety. She feels whatever that client is feeling. And people don't realize it's almost like a cute parlor trick to people, because this is what I do. But they're not realizing how heavy it is to do these type of readings, but you're feeling, for me, it's so deep that I can taste sometimes what people have ate that day. I remember, and this was years ago, I would never forget her because she became my assistant later. I got in this reading and all of a sudden I just taste spaghetti. And I'm like, why am I tasting spaghetti? She was like, oh my God, I just had that for lunch. So just empaths, think about how much energy we take on and not understand it. Think about that. It's serious. It's real. It's very real. And we're not cleansing this energy off. We're not aware. If you're walking into Walmart or Target or a restaurant and all of a sudden your mood switches. You're taking on someone's energy. A lot of the times as empaths, we are very introverted, or we get tired very fast when we are in public. We just want to go home and sleep. Not understanding that you might have took on so much energy that now you're exhausted. It is a gift and it is a curse. We are the filters of this planet. And it makes us great parents. It makes us great siblings. It makes us great wives, great husbands. When you are an empath, you are 9 times out of 10 a great partner. 9 times out of 10 a great mother, because you're honing in on the feelings. The negative side, if you are an empath and you're not aware of your empathic energy, you could be a very toxic person, because you're surrounding yourself with toxic people and you're not telling yourself, this is unhealthy. I feel. To my empaths, I need you to stop sometimes and say, I feel. I feel. I feel. That needs to be imprinted in your spirit. Because if you keep going and not acknowledging what you're feeling, the pieces of you, those little molecules, they become very negative. They become very toxic and you lose yourself. We have a job on this planet. And we have to filter out the energy of other people that might not be able to feel it. That is our job. Most empath people are in healthcare. They're in fields where they're helping people because they feel. They want to help. They have this cord to humans, and they want to protect, they want to save, they want to nurture. We also see and feel things that other people would never admit. And sometimes it make you feel crazy, like, hey, are you depressed? Somebody could be like, no, I'm not depressed. No, I'm feeling great. But you're like, but I don't feel that. Thank God I do readings, because if I didn't, I don't know where I would be emotionally, mentally, because I can jump in a reading and somebody, oh, yeah. And as soon as I jump in their energy, I'm like, whoa, you're not happy. You're not okay. You're not feeling great at all. I feel that you're depressed. I feel that you're sad. I feel that you're holding on to trauma. And then boom, they're like, yeah, I am. So sometimes if you do not understand what you're picking up and somebody don't want to admit to it, you can probably go into a space of very toxic energy of just within yourself. You can walk around here, I know I'm not crazy. It could be bitterness built up. It could be so much stuff that comes along with this if you're not careful. I have been talking about being empathic for years, because that's the way that I started, is knowing, hey, I'm an empath. I was that person, and I still am that person that was very emotional. Oh, you're emotional. You're too emotional. Now that I am on this journey and I'm healed, I do not say I'm too emotional. I do not beat myself up at all. I understand that I'm emotionally aware. And a lot of people cannot be emotionally aware because it will kill them. If they felt all of their own pain, all of their own emotions, all of their own ego, all of their own shit, they will not be able to function. And it's hard to get them to admit to it. I run into some people like that as clients. I'm not for everybody. Some people want readers that say, hey, you're going to get this, you're going to get that. And I'm like, hey, you're fucked up. We got to fix this. We got to fix this. We're not going to get anywhere until we fix this. And then somebody might be like, oh, she's not a good reader. So it's so hard for people to actually feel things that they need to feel to heal. So empaths, you have a job. If you know deep down inside somebody is feeling a certain way and it's like they're not admitting to it, do not pressure them. What you have to do is go cleanse yourself. Go balance yourself out. Because at this point, it's nothing you can do to help that person realize they need healing. They need to admit, they need to feel. Have you guys ever been with an overly masculine man and you could feel him a certain way and he's like, no, I'm fine. Nope, I'm good. Nothing's wrong with me. But that empath in you is like, yeah, that's how it is. That overly masculine energy is how it is with people that don't want to admit to their emotions. And as empaths, when we feel it and that overly masculine energy comes in and say no, it can really make you question yourself. Don't question yourself. Go release, go cleanse, and just know that energy is not ready to accept whatever that's inside of them. So this way, you're not taking on that. You're not becoming that. You're not in a space where I don't care. I don't feel anything. Those are the dangerous empaths. Because it's toxic to their lives. They become, you ever heard people say like, oh, y'all been together so long, y'all start to look alike. Y'all been together so long, y'all start to act alike. There's an empath in that relationship. And in that energy field, you have to be careful. Because if you're not careful, nobody gets the healing. Because nobody's admitting to being the empath in the relationship. I hung around different crowds. I hung around bad people growing up. It was just a part of the neighborhood. But deep down inside, I felt that I did not belong there. Deep down inside, I felt that I wasn't in my right space. And when I felt that and I became an adult, every time I felt something, I moved around. I shift the energy because it was always something inside of me that says this isn't right. If I had a relationship that says you're too emotional, you feel everything, you're too emotional, you can't do that, I left. Our environment is so important to the little molecules that makes us empaths. Down to the land that you live on, down to the city that you're in, the relationship, your workplace. It matters because it's creating you. You're the biggest sponge ever, and you're soaking up all of this energy, and you are becoming this energy. So you have to protect yourself, empath. Sometimes we have to strip away what we are used to just to find out who we are. I have people say all the time, face to face, they would never guess I came from the background that I came from. And the reason why they would never guess, because I had to remove myself to find out who I was. Those little molecules of me, they had anger, they had toxicity, they had all of these things built up. When I could remember, as far back, I was like the kid that I loved to dream. I loved to fantasize. I loved fantasy movies, magic movies. I was a very optimistic kid, even though I was in an environment that had nothing to do with that. In the process of my healing journey, I have always, and I will continue to ask Spirit to restore my childlike energy. People always think I'm 10 years younger than what I am. Hell, sometimes I think I'm 10 years younger than what I am. I have to tell myself, like, okay, you're pushing 50. You might need to chill out. I have to tell myself that. But I ask Spirit to restore me all the time. I am shedding skin. I am cleansing. I don't want the energies of other people to weigh me down so heavy that I lose Drew. That I lose I feel. Because I am very emotionally aware. If someone can sit down, cling some bells over their head, and write your whole life in 30 minutes, maybe an hour. That's impressive. I impress myself. I impress myself. That's serious energy. That is extreme empath. I don't use cards. I'm not looking at little people or this means this, or which I'm no disrespect to card readers. If you guys have been following me, you know I don't do cards. But I don't need that. I just need I feel. I just need I feel. And the way that I feel when I'm connecting with my clients, it allows us to go so deep emotionally. It allows them to cry. It allows me to cry, to purge for them, to feel them. But then I have to set boundaries. I need to allow myself to feel when I'm in that session. I should not feel through a text message. I should not continue to feel I need this. So we got to set boundaries for ourselves, empaths. You don't need to feel everybody's energy all the time. Sometimes you just need to feel yours. Set a boundary. Take some time away to find out who you are. What little pieces of your life that's been instilled in you that you don't feel like it fits? We're not talking about toxic traits that you might picked up from your mom or dad. We're not talking about that. We're talking about real things that are instilled in you that you do that you feel that it does not fit you. Who are you? The thing about it is, you're pure, you're love, you're light, and you have to strip away the pain from people, relationships, parents, toxic friends, walking in Walmart, picking up your neighbor's toxic energy, going into a restaurant and you're in a great mood and all of a sudden you're not, craving foods that you normally would not eat. It goes that deep. It goes that deep. You have to learn you. Remove the little pieces that are not you. Strip away that toxic energy. Normally, I do not do this on a video, but whoever is watching this and this resonated, somebody has very heavy laziness on them. I feel that. And it's something that needs to be stripped away. It's stopping you from getting a better job. It's stopping you from moving. But I see a lineage, people around you that are lazy. And you feel that you need to get up and move. But it is because you are an empath and you're picking up those toxic molecules. And now you're becoming lazy and fearful. That is not who you are. You need to remove it so you can live your purpose because you feel it. I don't know who that is for. I'm sorry. I normally don't do that. I don't know who that is for, but 100% please know if this is for you. You are an empath. You're a great person, but the people around you are lazy. Okay? Also hearing government job. Whoever this is for, the government job is for you. Toxic, lazy people around you, remove it and do what you need to do. I try not to do that. One thing about being so empathic, and I watch people that say they're reading online, it is so much energy to take in. It's so much. When I'm doing certain mediumship readings, I have to sleep for hours, days, 2 or 3 days. I'm drained because it's a lot. When people are doing all of this stuff and they're dealing with all these different energies, no, not healthy at all. Not for extreme empaths, because we deal with a lot feeling everything that we feel. Sometimes you can be an extreme empath where it can feel like you're bipolar. Some people are walking around here diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and they're an extreme empath. I'm not a licensed professional, but it's happening. I've helped a lot of people that thought they were bipolar and they were not. And it changed their path. It changed their life. They were able to live healthy, no medicine, understand themselves, let go of toxic relationships, happy relationships, better jobs. And if you think you're bipolar, that kind of comes along with being depressed. Because you're picking up a lot of depression energy on this planet. Because there are a lot of people that can't say I feel. These are the pieces of me, empaths. I have dealt with all of this. I've dealt with all of it. And the only way that I am here today is because I felt like this is where I belong, and I did what I needed to do, connected with spirit the way that I need to listen to get to this space in my life. Was it easy? Hell no. It was not easy at all. But I'm here. I'm helping other people that are like me, that don't understand. You don't have to be a reader. You just got to know yourself. I connect with heavy empaths because I'm a heavy empath. So I love you guys. I would love for you guys to comment below. If you know you're a heavy empath, you could put that in the comments down at the bottom. Like, hey, I'm a heavy empath. I feel you. And really start to understand yourself. Start to let go of all of those little molecules, those toxic things that you think you are. They're just little pieces of you that need to be taken away so you can see you. It's a dangerous game. So I love you guys. If y'all have any questions, y'all know I'm always here. If you need to book a session with me, you can find my website connected to this video or in the About Me section. You should see everything there about me, my website. If it's Facebook that you want to follow me, if it's Instagram, if you want to buy my book off Amazon, I have a book on Amazon. Everything about me is in this video. I love you guys, and hopefully this helped you find the pieces of you by giving you the pieces of me. Love and light, guys.